Hey friends, welcome back. If you're new, thanks so much for stopping by today. My name is Lady Cinnamon and I want to welcome you to the channel. We're going to have some fun today with some midsummer crafts because in between you don't know what to do with crafting and such because you're transitioning from summer to fall, so I'm going to give you some great neutral ideas. The first one, as you can see, I started already. I didn't realize that my camera was not recording, but I'm using Annie Sloan's chalk paint and color graphite to go over this table. I wanted to upcycle it. It was a gift from my mother-in-law and I absolutely love it, and you can see how quick it's drying down. And the great thing about Annie Sloan's chalk paint or any chalk paint, you don't have to primer prep it if you don't want to, which is awesome. Now I did have to do 2 coats because you can see the wood sort of showing through, but that's just fine. 2 coats, one, that was basically it, all I had to do. So now I'm gonna go back. I'm going to be waxing it. I'm going to be using Annie Sloan's wax and clear because this is a dark color. I don't need to darken it up anymore. I just love the way this looks. So a clear coat is all I need, and it has the consistency of shortening. I'm going to be using a rag to go over it. You just want to do a light, thin, even coat. You can see the difference in the part that's waxed and not waxed, which is why I'm showing you that. And the simplicity of being able to use this wax. Anybody can do it, guys. Do not be intimidated. And I did 2 coats of this. I just let the wax dry down and cure in between coats. Make sure it's not sticky, it's completely dry. And that's it. The next day, buff it out. And guys, do you see how crisp and pretty this is? Great sustainable way to recycle or upcycle your own furniture. Definitely budget friendly, saving a lot of money, and you're keeping an heirloom piece that you love and you don't have to buy new furniture. So for my next DIY, I'm going to be using these leftover from crafting from Christmas last year. And I like to keep my items and not throw them away, and that's what I'm going to be using. So guys, I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue these together. There'll be a little bit of gaps, but I'll show you how I will work through those in a minute. And after I get these glued together, I am going to go ahead and reinforce it in the back with some popsicle sticks I'm going to glue to just make it a little bit more sturdy. Don't worry about this. This will be covered with either crafting weft or maybe craft paper in the back, so you won't even see it. Now for the front, I'm going to go on with some of the spackling from the Dollar Tree also, of course. Yes, dollar. And I'm just gonna fill in those little seams and cracks and also the little holes where this was like a hanger, and that'll take care of that. And then go back over it with either sandpaper that, yes, you can also get from the Dollar Tree, or a sanding block, which is what I already had on hand. Now here comes the fun part, and that's painting it. You can use a sponge brush, regular brush, it does not matter. This is regular crafting paint, no big deal. And just 1 or 2 coats is all you need. I did 1 coat because I'm going to go back over it and dry brush it down with this brown craft paint also. And I'm going to be doing a dry brush because I want it to look like faux wood. So that's basically what I'm doing. And when you do that, you just want to use a very, very light touch, not too heavy, and just slightly brush over it where you want it to appear or where you want it to be. And that's basically it. Now, the Dollar Tree had these beautiful galvanized metal sheets. They're like little mini sheets at the craft corner, and they've really been stepping up their game. I got all of the metal items this year. Yes, I did. And I'm going to be using this as the bottom. I'm going to cover that by overlapping it, those little holes. And for the other holes, I'm just going to put a little bit of maybe aluminum foil or something on it to just make it look more, more like it's metal. And that's basically it. Now, what you see me doing is while I'm overlapping it, just to make sure it's the length of the board, now I'm going to very carefully go ahead, get my hot glue, just apply it where it will be overlapping only, and then press them together, and it will look very flat and look like it's 1 metal sheet instead of 2. And this is a great way to sort of camouflage, and you see how flat and thin it is. And now all I have to do is just glue this in place, and that's it. That's it, guys. Very simple, very easy, and I love quick, easy, budget-friendly crafting. Making your own decor is awesome. Now, for those holes, I'm going to be using one of these planters with the jute string around it. The seam is in the back. I want that to face backwards and not forward, so I'm just going to turn that around. to not face me. And I'm going to squeeze it together. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to hot glue it in place, and I needed it to be flat, and you really won't be able to tell when I'm done anyway. And I'm just going to add in a generous amount of hot glue and then place it in place. And now you see where I said you didn't have to worry about those holes. Now next is and last is this home sign. I'm going to be using these wood halves for wood beads, and that's just to give it height. You don't have to do this. This is really optional, but when I laid it flat, it looked a little like washed out, so I wanted to give it a little bit of height, probably because the planter is sort of, you know, lifted off of it, so just more dimensional. That's all I wanted to do. But like I said, you don't have to do this. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue where those little pegs are, those little wood half beads, and put it in place. And that's it, guys. Now add in whatever greenery or flowers or florals that you like. And I love the way this turned out. I think it's perfect for transitioning from spring to summer to fall. That little weird area that we're in, perfect for that. So I absolutely love the way it turned out. So for my next DIY, I'm going to be using this sign from Valentine's Day. As you can see, I'm using up all of my old supplies and some leftover craft paper from Hobby Lobby. All you're going to do is get an X-Acto knife or trace it out and cut it with scissors for the actual inset of it. And that's it. Very simple, very quick, very easy. And you guys know I love quick, easy DIYs. And sometimes you don't always want to paint or have to, you know, clean your brushes afterwards. You just want to do something quick and do a nice decor. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just going to glue this down with Mod Podge. Make sure that you do a thin layer. If you do a thick layer, it tends to make the craft paper bubble up or cause seams. And yeah, so try to do it thin as you can. And then you just want to go ahead and place the craft paper inside, smooth it out, and that's basically it. I'm going to be going back with the same metal, but before I do, I'm going to be going back with these wood beads. These Farmhouse beads are already cut in half for you. I tried to find these in craft stores. I could not find them anywhere, but I did find them on Amazon. They come in all different sizes. I could definitely leave this in the description bar below if you're interested in picking these up. They can be used for so many different crafts and items in your home for decor, and I love them. So I'll leave that and all the other items that I did not get from the Dollar Tree below. And all I'm going to do is just go all around the border of this with these wood beads, and you can see it already looks absolutely fabulous. Now this is a little piece of metal that I had from a previous DIY. Guys, you know I never throw anything away. Crafters keep everything, and this is why. You'll see why. I'm just going to remove the handle from that portion, and I'm going to take the same wood beads. I'm going to hot glue them in place, and it will look like a handle, or it's just going to be so cute when I'm all done. You'll see, and it'll be something that you can hang it up with. And yeah, awesome. Very simple, very quick, very easy. And I'm going to leave the very bottoms without a bead, and I'll show you why I left that little bit of room on the bottom. It did not bring the bead all the way down to the bottom part of it. Now you can see I did that because I wanted to glue it down, and that's why I left that part without a bead on each side. And it's perfect. Just let it dry down and you'll be able to hang this up. If you want to put beads on the other side, that's up to you. I didn't because it'll be laying flat and no one will see it. Now I'm going back with the same home with the metal sign, and because you can see I have it like as basically a vignette that I'm creating, and I'm just going to sponge the edges of it so it's not washed out on the black and white check paper. And I'm loving the way it looks. I think it looks really rustic and but so charming, and I just love this whole vignette that I'm setting up right now, guys. So I'm just gonna hot glue that in place. Very simple, very easy. There was one little wood bead that was like cut in a half of a half, like a quarter. I wanted to cover that up, so just adding a little bit of greenery at the edge with some gingham ribbon is going to be all I need, and it brings in a little bit of greenery, which I love on any craft. And that's it. I love the way it looks, and it looks so high-end, and it looks like you bought it from a Hobby Lobby or a Michael's or any decor store. I basically styled it out with some wood beads and a little a little leaf from Hobby Lobby going into fall, just a hint of fall, and I absolutely love the way it looks. I hope you guys like these. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. It allows others to know or discover our channel, and it really helps us out. And I want to just thank you all so much. I'll see you in the next video, and don't forget to subscribe, and thank you all for watching.